The next one is scaring me as to how I read out the transcript.
Oh, yeah. If you try to do it properly, you have to talk at the same time as yourself. So edit it that way.
Robert, do you want to attempt to do this with me next
No.
minute? Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, I'd like to take a shot at it.
Well, do you have a transcript?
I mean, I've got Messenger.
Oh, right. But I can't send it to you.
Oh, okay.
Because it's on my computer and Messenger's on my phone.
Gotcha.
I could send you a photo of the transcript via Messenger. We could try that, but actually, Robert,
What?
Could you send us a photo of the transcript via Messenger? Because my copy of your transcript doesn't have the names.
Oh, right.
So if you post it in the group for next minute, the listeners are hearing all this prep, so they can see how much effort we put into the show. Yeah, it's none of it. And then we can attempt it next minute and sound awesome and professional. And it'll be the best damn minute of this show. Except when we had Richard Curtis on.
Yeah, I'm trying to grab it out of Dropbox, but Dropbox didn't update. That's why you couldn't get it.
And we'll just ignore talking about your British accent.
Oh, will you?
Shall. Otherwise I'll crack out my American accent again, and no one wants that.
Did you do it on here?
I did it when we had Alice on, yeah.
Oh.
Actually, you forgot we had Alice on the other week, so...
That's true.
Should I just do my lines from High School Musical again? It's the only things I can say in an American accent. I could try.
Yes.
Right. Prepare for it being totally awful, like your British accent.
Rude.
I can't wait.
That's okay. I wasn't doing a British accent on purpose. It's a problem.
So it was, if Troy can be in the show, then I'm coming clean. I play the cello.
That's not
It's
too
like
bad.
a giant
You
violin.
had me until cello.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough. And then they say, do you have to wear a suit? And I say, jacket and tie. And that's it. I stretched out that tie a bit too much, to be honest. I can't remember exactly. But that was it. That was my only lines in the show. Other than the song, I don't think we need to hear me sing that just yet. We'll save that for another episode.
Hello, this is 2 Minutes About Time with Luke Allen and Robert E.G. Black, the podcast that takes a look at the film About Time 2 minutes at a time. I am Richard Curtis, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, well, you can just travel back in time 2 minutes and listen to something else.
Going.
Hello. I don't know, I said hello. That's not how I start each episode. Right. So, I'm one of your hosts, Luke Allen, joined as always with my co-host, Robert E.G. Black.
Yes. Hello.
And with special guest, Curtis.
I am Curtis Bloes. Hi, everybody.
The listeners may know you from where?
People know me from the Better Off Dead Minute, where we break down the Savage Steve Holland movie Better Off Dead, one stinking minute at a time.
I was really hoping you were going to remember to call back to what we said last episode.
Yeah.
Were you going to say, listeners may know you from last episode?
I'm sorry. I'm so
That's
used
fine.
to just saying the same thing.
That's fine.
After 50 guest spots, it's like, oh, I just say this thing. I don't even think about it anymore.
It's been like an hour and a half since we had that conversation,
Yeah.
so
And that.
it's fine. I'm going to possibly go over... This episode might be a smidge
Well, hold
shorter
on.
just because I'm suddenly...
I can do it.
Oh yeah, we got this. We can try it again. Here we go. And so the listeners may know you from where?
The last episode.
What a hilarious and well-timed original joke.
It
Good
gets
work.
better if you leave the whole bit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Curtis, shall we attempt to dual read today's minute?
Hold on. Yes.
Who do you want to play?
Oh, of course I want to be Mary. But I mean, but here's my thing.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks like Tim's part is less challenging, and it sounds like you are an actual actor.
Well, you can be Mary.
Okay.
And I'll be Tim. We'll attempt this. Right. In a little chair, reading.
Little chair. Oh. Okay. I see what you're doing. I thought that was stage direction. Okay, stop!
Oh.
Just wait right there, mister, because, a lot of books get submitted to my publisher, so it's an immense responsibility.
I bet it is. But when you do normal reading, is it ruined because it's like your job? Like prostitutes. I always wonder that when they stop being prostitutes, they can't enjoy sex anymore.
Oh, good. Okay. Because someone who always worried... Oh, sorry. I skipped
No.
Skipped a line.
Well, I skipped a line. Sorry, that was my mistake. No. I sometimes worry about it.
Oh, good. Okay, because sometimes who always worried would be a bit of a worry. Because someone who
when
always
you read a
worried about it would be
newspaper,
a bit of a worry.
do you think, forget this, it's work?
Have you interviewed a lot of prostitutes?
When you read a menu, do you think,
and
no,
how many
I'm
prostitutes
not
will
reading
you
this?
need to talk to before this
Unless
issue is solved? I mean,
you pay me
are you
hard
planning
cash.
to head to Eastern Europe and Thailand?
That wasn't terrible, to be honest.
It was actually better than I thought it would be.
What you don't know is this is our 5th time.
We've gone into a dark lavatory and squeezed our fists together and went back 7 times.
Right. So, I was just about to read the transcript through. We've just done that. I need to wake up.
You're discovering on your 45th time that this is how you should do it every time.
So, overall, I don't really know what there is to say about this minute, other than the fact that this dialogue is incredible. It's a brilliant exchange. And it's really funny.
Yeah.
It is. It is a very well written scene. There isn't much to say.
It is a great catch of hers that he always worries about prostitutes.
Well, doesn't everybody, though?
She should, because Joanna is one. But he really has no reason to.
That's what I was going to say. She's... 2007, this isn't like just everybody does it on their OnlyFans. This is a specialized sort of job at that point in 2007.
Yeah.
You've got to have skin in the game, is what I'm saying.
Well, he might want prostitutes as clients, so he should worry, I guess.
Well, there you go.
I didn't think we'd be having this conversation.
Well, you got through the transcript so fast, we had to talk about something.
Yeah, but we've got the sex scene for the entirety of next week.
Yeah.
So
Then we could really talk about prostitutes.
So yeah, we've talked about this scene. We've talked about prostitution. Are there any? This feels like a real conversation. Not that I've had this conversation, but it feels as though it could be a real conversation. Like when you're digging a hole further and further.
Yeah, imagine if she hadn't kept up.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she hadn't kept up to the joke, it could have.
And then he
But
can cross Orbital.
But I think it sort of expresses how awkward they are, really. And, it's like one of many meet cutes in the film. Well, it's not really a meet cute, but it's a post meet cute.
Pow.
Well, okay. How this would probably go in real life. This is how I imagine it happening with Luke, let's say. Mary. Okay. Luke. Reading. Mary. Okay, stop. Luke. Oh, Mary. Just wait right there, mister, because, a lot of books get submitted to my publisher, so it's an immense responsibility. And then Luke blanks. He doesn't think of anything to say. And then Mary just gets... And then you just sit there in uncomfortable silence while Luke is just horrified that he's insulted her.
Mm-hmm. That's why we almost have to assume he's done this conversation a few times. To get to
you've only known me for a couple of hours, Curtis, but you've got me down to a T here. That would be 100%. But then I'd think of the whole prostitute joke about a couple of hours later when I'm at home thinking, wouldn't that have been funny?
Wouldn't it have been funny? Yeah. You're a writer. You think of it 7 minutes later. Wait a minute.
That's
Sometimes he doesn't worry about prostitutes.
what we should be talking about
Well,
here.
that's what he admits, yeah. You should always worry about them.
Yeah.
And
It's a
especially
lot to worry about.
whether, after they quit, they can have sex. Of course, do they quit? If you want to get bleak, really. Do you retire from prostitution?
So, we sent you a bonus minute, Curtis.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know which one it was. I've completely forgotten, to be honest.
Well, allow me to enlighten you. It begins with, I'm going to do this live.
Oh,
I can
I'm
get it
starting
to
to think I
play.
might know. If I was as clever as I think I was, did I give you one of the Kate Moss Museum minutes?
You did.
So I gave you the minute when they were talking about Kate Moss and the quote that he then repeats back to
Oh.
her, yeah?
Makes sense.
Yes. Am I
Okay.
supposed to tell you this, or are you supposed to be guessing?
Well, no, Luke should know. He gave it to you. I never
Yeah,
know
I
until we
also-
get to it.
Yeah, I also gave, because when booking you in, I also, booked the next 2 weeks of guests. I can't remember what bonus minute I sent to who. So I'm glad I was as clever as I thought I was being. And since we've already talked about it, it's just sort of a brief discussion as to what did you think of this minute?
Well, it just... Okay, I've got a slight confession to make here. My computer, for some reason right now, is freezing and won't let me play the minute.
Okay.
Generally, I thought it was finding out that it was in minute 38. Well, first of all, my first impression, having watched them all just separately, I watched 38, then 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. I watched them in that order.
Yeah.
And it was confusing to me because I thought they were part of the same scene. No.
Yeah, I think I need to start labeling them as bonus minute. I send them in an order on WeTransfer, but I don't think that order ends up coming out.
I don't mean that I thought they were part of the same scene as in it was the next one after 45. What I mean to say is I didn't know they were two different. I thought they were two different versions of the same scene. Like 38 was one way that it played out, and 43 was a different way that it played out.
Okay.
Which it actually ended up being, but that was confusing to me because they were so radically different from each other.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah?
What did your guests from
That's good.
38 say about this scene?
I don't remember. That was last
That was
week,
last
right?
Yeah, that was Alex.
I can't remember what Alex thought. He liked the overall film from those minutes, so probably liked it. I can't remember. It was a whole 2 days ago. Yeah.
But the actress
Goodness knows.
that plays Mary's friend, what's her name? Or
Joanna.
what's
Vanessa
Joanna.
Kirby.
Vanessa Kirby.
the prostitute?
Yes,
Yeah.
Joanna.
She seems to be a different person than she is in minute 41.
Yeah.
Yes.
Radically.
She's into Tim at this point. That's the weird thing
Yeah.
that we talked to. Right, I hate to really rush this, but I'm going to go into our next segment as quick as I can and then finish this. So sorry to listeners. Basically, it's suddenly got really late for me. So, I think the next question is, if you could go back in time to any point in your life, Curtis, to either relive it or change something about it, what time would that be?
Probably when I was in 6th grade, my mom's boyfriend stuck a fish down my pants, and that embarrassed me in front of his hot daughter. I would go back in time and be more cool about it.
Nice.
I think that's one of the best answers we've had so far.
That's a good one.
That's
Because
a good one.
because it ended up coming back to bite me.
The fish did?
No, because then she told people about that, and it embarrassed me
Oh!
twice. I was embarrassed the first time going through it, and then I was embarrassed again when everybody in art class was laughing about it.
Oh, that needs to be in a teen movie, not gonna lie. So, have you got anything to promote?
No, not really. I'm working on a million billion things, but
Linktree, I guess.
None of it's really in a podcast. I'm kind of a photographer, sort of an adult photographer. I can talk about that stuff if you want. No, I got nothing to promote. Everybody can just find everything I do at my Linktree. Linktree / Curtis Bloes.
And Robert, where can the listeners find you?
They can find me on Google Earth. Searching lemmingdrops.com is my website for Robert E.G. Black social media.
The listeners can find me on Twitter at llama_bottle0, on Instagram at the Ginger Luke, on Facebook at Luke Allen Film, all podcasts, short films, radio appearances, newspaper articles, or lukeallen.co.uk. They can find this podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at 2 Minutes About Time, and we've got a Facebook group called The Cupboard, which you can join to discuss all things, including About Time
and Donald Gleason's birth, which I didn't get to this episode.
Oh no, we didn't. Well, that will come back maybe next week, maybe never. Who knows? I'm off like a dirty shirt. That's such a weird goodbye.
It actually sounded kind of British, though.
Yeah. That's weird because I thought it sounded kind of American. The 2 Minutes About Time theme is performed by Ethan O'Mahony and is a cover of the About Time theme originally composed by Nick Laird-Close. 2 Minutes About Time is a production of Lemming Drop Studios in association with Bottle O Productions.